I don't know why. I have done so many live streams, and sometimes I'm still like I still get stressed out. Don't ask me why. You would think as many as I've done, for those of you guys that have been with me for a long time. Oh wait, I can't see the chat. Uh, wait. Where's the chat? Um, oh, there it is. Okay. I was like, I can't see it. Okay, okay. Hi guys. Hi. I don't have my iPad. I mean, I have it out, but it's not open, so I'm just gonna watch it from here. Hi guys. Welcome in. I haven't been live in a while, and I was praying about it earlier. I was literally praying. And I was like, okay, well, I don't know if I'm gonna go live, but I'll just do my makeup. And then I'll go get a Dutch Bros. And while I was doing that, Jadina went live, and I was like beside myself. I was besotted. I was like, oh my gosh, hold on. And so I'm like doing my makeup. Like, this is probably the slowest I ever did my makeup. And I forgot to put on my primer. I didn't know what I was doing. I was just like, and then I was like, oh my gosh, what time is it? I've got to go to Dutch and get my drink. But I saw some of you guys in there, and I know that was my confirmation to go live. So I was like, all right, I'm doing it. I'm doing it. And no matter how many times I've gone live, I feel like I still get, like, you guys, I've done a lot of lives, like, a lot. And I still, every time, get so nervous. Like I count, and then I'm like, 10 seconds. No, 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 start again. And then I try to start one. It wouldn't rotate to horizontal no matter how many times I tried. Then it like kept flipping the camera, and then I had to delete it and start over again. So here we are. Here we are. Your guys' message today is, what a time to be alive. What a time to be alive. I have I'm just going to go over my channel message, but I have my deck out because I get really jittery and like ADHD, and it's like I have a lot of Virgo in my chart. So there's like trying to be a perfectionist and then trying not to give an F, like the Leo in me. But sometimes I need something to do with my hands, so I'm like doing this. There is no restriction on the the live chat today. So I'm going to pull this out just so I can kind of see the chat, like, because I can see a couple messages at a time, but I can't see like all of them. But I hope that you guys are doing well. As you enter the live stream, don't forget to smash the you know what. You guys know the drill. We're pros by now. Like, you guys got this. You guys know what you're doing. Oh, let me turn that down. And yeah, oh yeah, now I can see it. I can see all of it. Like, I can see all of it. Okay, let me move these decks. Oh, there's my stylus. I was looking for that. Okay. Maybe I'll just... Alright, Boopsie. Boopsie's making a cameo. Boopsie's gonna hold up the iPad. Alright. I hope my friend Rebecca is watching. We were like thinking of like cool nicknames for each other. And I was like, I know what I want my nickname to be. I want my nickname to be Pips. Because we were trying to like, we're new besties. And we're like, we need nicknames for each other. And I was like, I want to be Pips. Pip. Pips or Pip. I like that. And she's going to be Duchess. So I hope Duchess is watching. But if not, she'll watch the replay. Anyways, there is something about you and how you feel being alive right now. It's like, what a time to be alive. You're starting to do things that make you feel really uncomfortable, and you're trying to lean into your own understanding and what your angels and your ancestors really want for you. Like, trying to figure out, like, is this what I'm supposed to do? Is that what I'm supposed to do? And really learning your discernment. Thank you, Becca, for becoming a member of VIP. Hi, Randon. Hi, Rebecca. I know I saw Organic Slate in Jajina's live stream. Hi, Tara. Tara is one of my A1 day ones. Brandon's been with me a really, really, really long time. For those of you that are new, I've been on YouTube for the last 5 years. Thank you, Electric Math. I like that name. Um, Thank you guys for your love. What was I going to say? But yeah, some of you guys were in her live stream and I was praying and I'm like, I know that I'm supposed to go live. Is it going to be today? Is it going to be tomorrow? And then I got the notification that she was live and I was like, what? So it was just magical. And I feel like that is something that is entering your life right now, entering the chat. I want you to affirm it below. Magic is entering the chat. Love is entering the chat. Miracles are entering the chat. Oh, thank you. I love this spooky blanket too. My nail tech got me this spooky blanket, and my new bestie does my blonde, Duchess slash Rebecca, and I'm just so grateful. I'm so grateful today. A lot of you guys know that I left my 9 to 5, and that was really hard for me to do. It was really scary. And it was a job that I'd been at for 8 years, and then I was praying about it for a couple days because I just had this feeling, because I still had access to some things that I was not really supposed to have access to. That's like a whole other story. It might pertain to somebody here. It might be a message for you. If you are seeing that something is left cracked open for you, that might not be for no reason. And when I was listening to Jadina's messages today, which was like just like a Q&A, but when she was talking, she was like, are you running from something, or are you just like done and leaving? So part of me with this job was like running. And I was like, where are you running, girl? I'm running out the door. I have been trying to do both, which is my YouTube, which I really love, and bartending. And I just couldn't do both anymore. But I was quite literally running out the door. Thank you, Electric, for your donation. Thank you so much. May you receive that back times 10. And so when I left that, I was like, oh, finally. But I feel like because my mind runs on like ticker tape, time goes by really fast for me, even though like it's kind of moving slow. So 3 days went by and I realized I wasn't locked out of anything, which I thought was kind of odd, because I was told I was going to be locked out of things after putting in my notice, right? So I was told that I was going to be, locked out of the group chat. I was told I was going to be locked out of the system, and that my resignation would be announced. Well, I wasn't locked out, and it wasn't announced. So I was like, okay, whatever. Days and days go by. I'm like, wait, I'm still in the system. And so normally what we do at this job is every time somebody leaves, whether they were fired, terminated, or quit, we change all the codes. And so that's part of the reason why you get deleted from all of the systems, is because we change the codes for everybody to be able to get in, disarm the building, all the things. So we have multiple locations. And when that didn't happen, I was like, what? What is going on? Why can I still see everything? This is not an accident. So I didn't know whose doing it was, but I was grateful, and I felt like that was a sign for me to ask, first I texted the owner, and I was like, hey, I noticed that I'm still in the system. Am I allowed to, like, when I'm able to, am I allowed to pick up shifts? Like, is that okay? Like, I don't know. Or was that like an accident that I'm still in there? And he was like, no, yes, you can. Speak with management, but you are allowed to do that. And I was like, so it's great news for me in case like I ever need, some money. And it's great news for my regulars, because they were crying. You guys, my regulars were crying when I left, and it was so sad. And I'm kind of a lone wolf at work, and I work with a lot of people, like 150 to 200 people. And I am always been kind of like on my own, and I have like one coworker friend. But when I had to say goodbye to the kitchen staff, because I'm closer with the kitchen staff, when I had to say goodbye to them, I just like, And to know that like I can go back every once in a while and just say hi, and I can message all my regulars like, hey, I'm going in on this date because it is football season, it is during the holidays, that I can just kind of come and go as I please. Like, it's a lot. I'm I'm honored that I get to do that because I do feel like I rushed out the door. And my husband told me, he was like, why don't you just be on pickups only? And I was like, no, I'm so done. I'm so done with this 9 to 5. I've been doing both for so long. Shouts out to him because he told me, I know you, and you might just want to be on pickup only. And I was like, no, no, no. Like, I'm done. I'm done, done. I'm done, done. And so, even if I don't ever pick up or whatever, like, at least I can. And so, I don't know who needs to hear that. It is a time to be alive. Things are happening for you that they just don't happen for regular people. And I'm not saying like there's anything wrong with being regular, but like you're not regular. You're not regular. You're not schmegular. And I know one thing for certain with what just happened with me and my job. It's going to make some people mad. It's definitely going to make some people mad. But I'm not, I've got to do what's best for me. And I promised God, I promised the divine that I would take care of myself better and that I would take care of my family. So me being able to even do that and like take a step back and say, I'll go there when I feel called to go there. That is huge for me. And because it's rare. It's rare at my job to be able to do that. And me not being like in with everybody that works there. I'm close to the owner, but I'm not close to anybody else really, especially in management. But I just try to mind my P's and Q's, mind my business, fly under the radar, because I just want to do my job and go home. I want to be around the people that I love waiting on and just go home. So to be able to do that still knows that I have some powerful friends pulling some strings for me because it just doesn't happen. There are things happening for you that just don't happen because you are not a part of like the clique or the cool club or the mean girls or the mean boys. Like you're not besties with them. You're not friends with them. You know what I'm hearing? You lint liquor. you know that? Is it an Orbit commercial? But yeah, you guys could think that that commercial is really funny. Anyways, I feel like not only being close with the owner like is helping me because I told you guys like he promised me a long time ago that when he brought me back, what happened to me before in my termination, right before I got married, literally days before my wedding, I lost my job and it hurt so bad. And when he brought me back, he said, it will never, ever happen again. So to have to like trust that someone's gonna take care of you, to have to believe, to have to even be vulnerable that like you were hurt, that something hurt you, you should be grateful. You have friends in very powerful places. You have ancestors that are watching over you. Um, Damn it. I promised myself I wasn't gonna cry. Um, but I had heard people that were veterans, like that have a lot of seniority in this company, say, oh, I can always come back. I'm always going to be able to come back and boopity boopity boop. And then next day they're locked out of the system. They don't even fight for it. They don't even come back. There are so many people that have done that, that have had as much seniority as me. And it's not even about seniority really at my job, but like sometimes that helps, but not really. And I just learned from a lot of other veterans' mistakes. Like, when I leave, I ain't going like that. I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, I'm gonna do this because I'm gonna make sure that I leave on good terms and that like everything is good. And now I see why. Now I see why God prompted me like, hey, you're gonna do this the right way. I know you're in pain. I know you're suffering. I know your body hurts. Because you guys, this was taking such a toll on me, this job, and my body was just like rejecting it. And now I'm just gonna pop in when my body says it's okay. When my body, my guide say, hey, why don't you just go be social today? and like go see your regulars that you've had for so long, which are like family to me. So, anyways, you are being given a platform to do what you want to do. You are being given a platform, a golden key to do as you please. What a time to be alive. If you guys are picking up what I'm putting down, I want you to affirm it below. What a time to be alive. Truly. Um, Somebody said freedom. Thank you for saying that, Sierra. You guys are seeing what real freedom looks like. Whatever you're doing in your life right now, you are seeing what real freedom looks like. I'm still trying to figure out what to do in my day. Like, I know what I need to do. Like, this week's kind of chaotic. It's like my first week away from my 9 to 5. But I feel like what a time to be alive. I'm really trying to just embrace it and appreciate it, that like, oh wow, like I'm home. Like I'm home. I get to see you guys. I get to see my family. Like it's weird that I don't have to be, cuz I was starting to get really angry. I noticed. I was starting to get really angry, like there just wasn't enough time in the day. My doctor had put me on some medication to like make me sleep, because I'm definitely an insomniac. For those of you that don't know, ever since I got sober, and I'm 10 and a half years sober, guys. Ever since I got sober, it's very, very hard for me to sleep at night. I'm up every couple of hours, so I've been doing like hormone therapy and like trying to figure out like how to sleep. So then I was becoming even more stressed out, because I was like, oh my gosh, now I only have this many hours in the day to get everything done. I was like, I can't live this way. I got to get off this hamster wheel. And yes, I ran off the hamster wheel, but now I'm slowing down to like gain perspective of like what I really do need in my life. And it's just like a little bit of this and a little bit of that. You are slowly figuring out what your recipe is, what ingredients you need, and whatever you are concocting, fresh and hot out the kitchen. I cannot get that song out of my head. Like, it's the remix to Ignition, hot and fresh out the kitchen. But yeah, you guys know that you are getting a certain amount of like red carpet treatment. You are VIP, you are royalty. There is greatness in your DNA. You are supposed to be here. God is bringing you friends, the divine, the powerful strings that are being pulled for you. Like, it's a lot. It is a lot. You might feel like you have an empty nest. Like, I don't know, where is everybody? It's so quiet. You're learning to enjoy the quiet. You are learning to enjoy nature, or meditation, or just slowing down. I see you guys implementing new things in your day-to-day routine. Today, when my husband got home off of work, he showed me this video of a bird that was like puffing out its chest and calling, or like making these sounds. And his little babies came flocking, and he was like, I wanted to show this to you. It just brought me so much peace. And I was like, so cute. We love like, who does not love like a good bird video? I'm like, I'm totally, when I'm like, retired, gonna be watching birds with some binoculars, trying to bring hummingbirds to my front porch. Like, I've been like that since I was a little kid. Like, I just wanted to sit in front of my grandparents' tree and feed the squirrels. And I feel like maybe you have this connection to animals. Maybe you're unleashing a new spirit animal. Whatever it is, like, you are connected to this inner child that is just ready to be seen. I'm ready to let my inner child play. A lot of you guys know that like I love different playful things on my channel, whether it's the cash register or my Hello Kitty calculator or my stuffies. These are great. If you ever see me linking them in the description box, these are great for sensory. They're great for anxiety. They're great for grounding, whether they're for you or your children. And they sell them at Target, but they're like $20, and they have bean bags in them. So it's like a pillow for a baby, or it can be a toy for a little one, or it's even great for adults. So if you guys see me linking these down below, like this little baby, this is Boopsy. Boopsy goes with me to all my doctor's appointments. One of the reasons why I took I wanted to step away from my 9 to 5 is to take better care of my health. Because it's something that I've put on the back burner for a really long time. Damn it, I'm sorry, guys. Um, it's hard for me to say that out loud, that I wasn't taking the best care of myself. Like, even though I'm in my sobriety, like, I consider myself a motivational speaker, a spiritual teacher, but like, you guys, I don't do everything right. I don't do everything perfect. Like, and I know you guys like know that, like, we're not perfect. I'm really letting go of like perfection, like tendencies. I feel like that's the Virgo in my birth chart, and I've got a lot of Virgo in my birth chart. But I really, really, really thought I'm a saint because I'm taking care of everybody in my family that's like going through stuff. I'll take care of me later. Like, that's the right thing to do, is to take care of everybody else. I'm like, I'll take care of me later. Mm, no. And I like, do you feel like you're watching things nowadays and you're getting called out? Like, I was watching one of Jadina's videos and she was like, do you like take time off and then you're like freaking out when you get back from taking time off and you think that you got to jam double the work? That is me. Hello, my name is Brittany and I am a workaholic every day of the week. So that's one of the reasons why I need to step back from my 9 to 5 as well, because I'm a workaholic. Um, it's my addictive personality to just like be immersed in things to not like want to cope. And so I'm learning how to cope better with things that I need to work through, past trauma in my inner, like in my childhood, um, and my health. So I haven't really talked about that a lot because it's hard for me to talk about without crying. But I've been dealing with health issues the last like year almost, and I know that was God saying like, hey, you're here, there's only one of you, and as many times as you've tried to take yourself out, you're not going anywhere. Now subconsciously I wonder, was that like me trying to like, I mean, I hope not, but like sometimes you think, when I was more destructive with myself and I was watching Jadina's live stream, um and I know I saw a lot of you guys in there, somebody asked like, has she ever been, had like really dark thoughts? And I thought about a time when I really tried. And she was talking about that, like when she really tried and it just wouldn't happen. And I tried with destructive behavior, with my addiction, with toxic relationships. I really, really tried. And then I went to jail. I went to jail and I had to sit in there and reflect for a while. It was the longest time I'd been in there. I'd been in and out of trouble um, when I was in my addiction. But anyways, as I was recovering and finding myself, I realized like who's important to me. And then I met my husband. So it's just a lot, but you got this. And you are slowly figuring out things about yourself that you are ready to heal. It is such a time to be alive. And I know that whoever I'm speaking to, you're grateful. You're grateful to still be here, and that, God put you back in your lane and said, not today. Not today, Earth Angel. Wherever you think you're going, you are not the trash that goes to the curb. You are not a punching bag. You are not this trash can to be kicked around. Not today, Earth Angel. You're staying right here. Then I didn't know I had a purpose. I hadn't gone through my spiritual awakening. I had no idea what I was supposed to do, but my life just started getting better and I felt like I started glowing up, like, okay, like I'm going to be okay. It's going to be good. If you are normally very stubborn, I told you guys when I was leaving my 9 to 5, I was like, I'm done. I'm bippity boppity done. My husband was like, hey, don't be in such a rush. And I was like, no, like my body is rejecting this place. I gotta take care of my health. Like, I gotta get out of here. But I'm stubborn. I'm very stubborn. And when I'm set on something, that's just the way that it's happening. He's always right. Most of the time, he's always right. And I should have listened. So maybe this is something that you're working on, like not being stubborn and trying to see beyond. I don't know. Sometimes we can't see. There's just this big picture that God has in store for us, and we're not really aware because it's just beyond our understanding. Things are unfolding for you right now, bestie, that are beyond your understanding, and you're going to be absolutely mesmerized by whatever that is. Okay, whatever that is, you are going to be mesmerized in this hypnotic, trance like state of mind. Like, wow, this is my life. And it's just going to keep getting better. If you're picking up what I'm putting down, affirm it below. It just keeps getting better. It just keeps getting better. I love this. Things are about to become like sparks flying. I'm trying to be careful with my words. As oh, who always says that? She always says the YouTube overlords. Not Kino, but ESO. Okay, ESO always says the YouTube overlords. I'm like, yeah, I don't want to use like certain words, but sparks are flying. Sparks are flying, and it's the little things in your life that are bringing the sparks. Let me give you guys an example. What have I been doing in my, now that I have a little bit more time? I'm like, oh, I can like watch a show and not be like pressed. Are you guys like me where you stay up until like 3 in the morning, 4 in the morning, and you're watching something and then you know damn well you got to go to work, but you're like, F it. You're just like, F it, I'm gonna watch it. We're living so dangerously by watching this show till 4 in the morning and knowing that we're gonna be a grumpy mess at work. Now we get to do this in a different way where we have more room for activity. Where we have more room to do that. So I started my collection of Pop Mart toys. And I have like my little Labubu and my crybabies. And then I finally like put a case together. And I think I was telling you guys in yesterday's message that I was like, I do not like putting stuff together. But it was very therapeutic to put that case together, even though it was a pain in the behind and the instructions weren't that great. You were putting a whole timeline together that you have deserved since the day you were born. Okay, since the day you were born, you have deserved said timeline. And so I was like, wow, I feel like I get to be a little big kid. I love toys. Love them. And I always, when I was little, loved playing with my Barbies. Like, I would play like Disney songs and I would, like make a movie. I feel like content creation was always in my DNA because I love a good script. I love a good writing. I just figured out by watching Anita Serene that I'm a writer. Shouts out to you, girl. Didn't even know that I was. But I mean, I should know that, but you guys, I just haven't had the time to like really sort out my thoughts. But I was watching one of her messages the other day and she was like, there is a writer in you and you do a lot of reflecting. And maybe that's why you overanalyze so much because you're always thinking and you're writing. I do a lot of channeled writing if you guys are new on my channel. And so what I normally do is I channel a message and I write it down. So that way when I am getting distracted and other downloads are coming in while I'm talking to you guys, I don't forget what I was saying. And I didn't realize that I was a writer. I know I'm an overthinker, but I didn't know that I was this writer. And all the things that I'm writing down are like my thoughts, the things that I channel, the things that I see in a day. And then I will pull out cards for like confirmation to like help you guys. Also for illustrative purposes and also because I fidget a lot and it helps me not fidget as much. And hold on. So basically I've been putting things together. I've been getting my collection ready of like my little Labubus and my other like Pop Mart things going on. And what I got from just the Labubus alone And I like some of the other toys, but they haven't come in yet. But anyways, that's a whole other thing. I've just been like documenting me opening them, even though like I'm not showing it to anybody. Just documenting like this blind box opening and just having fun with it and sharing it with my husband. Like, babe, look what I got. I'm so excited. And just really taking my time with that. Just with the way that they market Labubus alone, and I heard this in a reel, I think it was on Instagram. You are rare. Like, you're rare. And you are building something, or the divine has something for you where you make people feel a part of something that is special. That's what it is for these Labubus, okay? So you have a box, right? I think I've got one right here. Hold on. Right? You've got a box. This one's unopened. And there's these characters, right, that you can pick from. It tells you your chances. That's like you guys. Like, some people know that they don't have a chance. There's this secret. Everybody's like, I want the secret. People want your secrets. The way that Pop Mart uses their, like, not everyone can get access to you. Sorry, like, my words are, like, all over the place, the way that I'm trying to channel this. But their marketing strategy is not everyone can get one. And there's a lot of lafufus around. I've been bamboozled. I got a lafufu or two. I told you guys in another message that the vape shop that I go to, the owner, he was like, you're so sweet when you come in. I'm so proud of you for leaving your 9 to 5. Like, he gave me a Labubu. He thought it was a Labubu. And I was like so grateful. I started crying and I was like, thank you so much. Even though I knew it was fake, I was still grateful because it's the thought that counts. And I was like, thank you so much. Like, he's the sweetest man. But basically, whatever you are building, it is rare. And not everybody has a chance to be a part of this. And it's so rare. I don't know how to explain it. So some people get bamboozled. They get a fake messenger or a fake artist or somebody that is just, the devil has messengers too, that isn't using their powers for good. Whatever it is that you do that is your purpose, you are going to use your powers for good. And it will be as big as this. It will be as big as this. Whatever you're creating. And that is why God wants you to lock it up. Okay, lock it up. Because whatever you are trying to get off the ground, whatever you are really inspired by, like, let's think about this. The artist, Japanese, I'm part Japanese, so I'm proud of that. I'm proud that I'm Japanese, African American, Hawaiian, and also Tahitian, a little bit German, and a small part Chinese. But anyways, let me not go over my whole, like, ancestry. He drew these monsters long time ago. They were not up and off the ground running. People weren't like, oh my gosh. The people in 2015 or 2010, I think it was 2015, I think it was. They weren't like, I gotta get my hands on these. And then the marketing shifted. Okay, this is a whole experience because you gotta flip this tab, right? You gotta have a red one. It's gotta go all the way across the box. It's gotta have the QR code right here, the silver one for authenticity. It's got, like, you make an experience for people. And I don't think you know that. I don't think you know that, like, when people are experiencing you, like, you're just going to create something so amazing, but I just know it's going to be big. Like this. Like, what am I going to get? I don't even know. Like, you guys make people feel so, like, just a part of something. You bring the lone wolves together. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You bring the lone wolves together. You get the motivation off the ground and running. You get people thinking. You get them inspired. You get them inspired. I love that. Live Labubu unboxing. You know what? I think I'll open one at the end if you guys would like me to. Okay. I will, if you guys want me to at the end, I will open one. Okay? So you guys let me know. But anyways, you bring the lone wolves together. You make people feel like they're a part of a community. Maybe you guys like collecting things. I like collecting like blankets, certain what else do I collect? Converse, sunglasses, like random things. But whatever you're worried about, because I can feel that you're like, I don't know if anybody even cares or if anybody's going to see this. You're learning to detach from what you created. I guarantee this artist that drew these, he maybe was like, oh, I wish that like people liked these, and was like looking at them, and when he detached, bam, a community was born. It took on a life of its own. People know that these are rare. There's a lot of fakes. There's a lot of fugazis. There's a lot of frauds. There's a lot of lafufus all around town. But if you get one that is authentic, like God is showing you, you have the connect. You have the connect. You have powerful allies. You have powerful friends. And you have it on lock. So whatever you're worrying about, oh my gosh, I don't know if I'm going to be able to write this book or paint this thing or move into this new place or leave this job or divorce this person. Everything is being aligned for you. So a couple things that I'm going to do in this live stream. I'm going to answer 2 questions that you need answered, and I'm going to pull cards for them, and I'm going to put them to the side like you guys have been seeing me do in the past couple of videos. So I think in the last couple we did 1 question. We'll do 2 questions. I'm also going to do a live unboxing because I figured that would be fun, and I know that's why I brought the box near me, because I haven't opened them all, and I thought that would be really cool, but I'll only do that like if you guys want me to. We'll do that at the end, and we'll do a little bit of a Q&A. I will do a Q&A for you guys at the end, and I'll answer a couple of questions, like personal questions, because I feel like I only share certain things, and yeah. So we'll do that towards the second half of this live stream. But your wishes are being granted. Your wishes are being granted. Your patience is paying off, and you are learning how to detach from what you put forth and what you put out. So if you were putting out art, you're like, it's not my job to worry about how people are going to enjoy this art. It's not my job to worry about how people are going to take this, how they're going to like it. It's just my job to create it and love that creation. And then, whatever else happens is like the other part. And I feel like that's really big. For us content creators, those of us that are oracles, if you consider yourself chosen, an earth angel, sometimes it's hard to put yourself out there and then wonder like how you're going to be received, especially since you're used to being the lone wolf. And so when I was watching Jadina's live stream, I was like, yeah, that's so true. Like, I need to not worry about how it's being perceived or what people do with the messages I put out. I just need to put it out and move on. I can't focus on every single message like, what do people think? I don't know. Like, is it okay? Did I do okay? Like, it's just, it is what it is. I'm doing what I love, being a channel for the divine, and all I can do is just put it out and let it go. And I need to work better on letting it go. I'm going to call myself out and say I need to be better at letting go and not overthinking things. Even my acupuncture doctor says I be overthinking. When I first went to him, he was like, say ah, and I was like, ah. And he's like, you bite the sides of your tongue. He's like, you're an overthinker. I'm like, no shit. But we're learning. You guys, we're slowly learning. The universe is calling us out, but it's okay. I don't feel like we're getting as offended as like we normally would. You guys put a heart in the comments if you guys understand what I mean. We're not getting as offended for being called out because we want the change. We want the messages. We want the confirmations. We're like, oh yeah, that's me. I'd be doing that. I'd be overworking myself, overthinking myself, thinking that I can't do it. Whatever it is, thank you guys for participating. We're just learning, like, I probably do that. Okay, how can I make that better? So, like me putting my health on the back burner, the universe called me out and said, pew, 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 pew. What are you doing? Girl, what are you doing? Do you want to, like, have your arm falling off? Like, what are you doing? You can't do that anymore. And I'm like, got it. But then sometimes I have the tendency to go overboard. It's probably the Leo in me. But I be doing that. I be doing that. I go too far sometimes. I get really stubborn. But besides that, you guys have a lot to celebrate, and that is coming up here soon. What a time to be alive. The powers that be. The powers that be. What are you doing, YouTubeverse? That reminds me of Norbit. She's like, how you doing? The powers that be. These are new friendships that are coming in, people that want to hang out with you, people that are happy to see you. Are you guys going for a bike ride? Are you guys going on a motorcycle? I just got a little scooter for my Labubu. I did it. I know. I was like, do I need that? First of all, I didn't think that it moved. So I was like, I don't need that. But it was $8, and I was like, buy it. I was like, it lights up, it has music, and it moves with the Labubu on it. I mean, hello. My inner child's going to be squealing on the inside. But somebody here could be hearing motorcycles as confirmation. And my husband always makes fun of me when I buy stuff. He's like, how much was that? $8.99. I was like, you know it was. You know it was. It wasn't always $8.99, but we'd be saying that. But this scooter really was $8. I swear, this scooter really was $8 this time. And I was like, now I'm like, probably doesn't even believe me when I say that it's $8 because I say everything's freaking $8. But yeah, it's reminding me of like Care Bears. It's reminding me of Sailor Moon. It's reminding me of just like these superheroes coming together. And I don't know, like you're just really going to feel supported right now because you're being transparent, because you're putting yourself out there, because you're admitting your faults. Do you guys compare yourselves unfairly to others and their success or their milestones? You're calling yourself out right now. You don't even have to say it in the comments, but you are calling yourself out. And it's very easy to do. That's another thing too. I don't want you to feel too bad or too hard on yourself because we are in the age of Aquarius. It's social media everywhere. It's what social media wants you to do. But whoever I'm speaking to, you have a certain position, whether it's in the medical field, whether you're in law, whether you counsel, whatever it is that you do in and out of your purpose, you might sometimes compare yourself unfairly. Like, well, what am I doing? Like, I didn't have that figured out. Oh, why didn't I do that way? But you're learning and you're calling yourself out for maybe not being interested in something or someone because you weren't ready to hear it or you weren't ready to see it. Let's say there's somebody around you that's really good at what they do. You're like, oh, I'm not jealous. I'm not envious. I'm just not going to look. I'm not interested. But you are interested. And you're calling yourself out for being interested because there's things for you to learn from this person or this environment. And so you're really saying to yourself, okay, I'm going to look at this until my heart softens. I'm going to look at this or look at this person until my heart softens because there's nothing I need to be upset about. There is nothing that somebody else has that I don't. I am rare. I am a diamond and I have so much more to learn and grow. And so this is to help you see that A, you are seen, But you might be making some very powerful like collaborations here pretty soon. Yeah, I got the Ace of Wands as your guys' first tarot card. Something's coming out of the fire hot because you are being real with yourself. You are being 1000. Like, yeah, I was kind of butthurt that, I've been trying to get this, and then this person came in with 3 of them. And I was like, that this person has only been here this long and they get special treatment, and then I've like, what am I, chopped liver? It's kind of like that, and you're trying really hard not to think that way, but we are in an era of comparison naturally. So don't be too hard on yourself. But I see you changing this and throwing it in the fire. I am not a person that is jealous or envious, or I'm not going to compare myself unfairly. I am perfect just the way that I am. With all of my imperfections, I am perfect just the way that I am. As you throw the things that you no longer need in the fire, something else is going to take place. That is the excitement. That is a community, the friendship. Thank you, Jonathan, sending you love as well. And that part that I just channeled, that is for those of you that are in a heavily saturated work arena. Heavily saturated. There's a lot of you. It can be hard to stand out, but you're going to stand out because it's part of your destiny. So if you think that you're just over here basic the house, no one's paying attention, stop that. Seriously. Yeah, you could be a writer, and there's a bunch of people writing books. You could be a tarot reader, and there's thousands, if not millions, of tarot readers. There are millions of YouTube channels. There's millions of TikTokers. Whatever you do, yeah, there's millions, there's thousands, there's hundreds, but there is only one of you. There is only one of you. So you are throwing that despair, not being able to detach. You're throwing that away. You're like, I don't need that anymore. This is my time to shine, and I'm happy for them. I'm happy for it. I'm happy for them, and I'm just going to call myself out and look at something, reflect, assess until my heart softens. Because this or that didn't do anything to you personally, but make you reflect. It's showing us, okay, I'm seeing that, I desire that because I know that's within me. So you're figuring out like, I desire that. So instead of being mad about it, I'm going to create my own. You are going to create your own. So you are evaluating your own options. It's naturally within us to judge. Okay, we judge. And it doesn't even have to be in a bad way. We judge, we assess, we're seers. Half of us, most of us. We are very intuitive. We're all psychic. So we are naturally judging and assessing and looking at. But it doesn't have to be in a bad way that you are, looking at things. Something that you thought was sealed off is going to be available to you. Something that you thought you would never be able to access again. Maybe this was a falling out with someone. Maybe this was a breakup. Maybe you broke up with someone and you're like, oh, they're not going to let me get my stuff. I just know it. Or maybe you're like me and you left a job. And you're like, I'm not going to be able to go back. There's no way. So yeah, there's something that's being available to you even though you might feel lost right now. Even though you might feel lost, I see that you are very self-aware. You are done making comparisons, and you're going to start appreciating yourself. Your self-care is going to be off the charts because you're going to be loving on yourself like nobody else ever did, like they should have. Your value is shifting. I want to get into this other part that I channeled for you, and that is love. Somebody here that probably wants nothing to do with love, that's the person it's going to happen to. Because I was there. I was like, I don't want that. Don't leave me out of that. I don't need that. For what? For who? I don't need to be in love. I don't need to be married. Had no desire to ever be married. Had no desire to be in love. I was like, forget it. I'm done, universe. God, count me out. I'm good. But someone here is dreaming of you even though they haven't met you. Dreaming of you even though they haven't met you. You ever meet someone where you've always dreamt of having a friend like that, a family member like that, a lover like that, and they're like standing in front of you like, wait, is this a person I've been dreaming of? So maybe that's how you channel messages, is like through your dreams. This person will naturally be sprung on you, and you might try to sabotage it. Just saying, because you're like, I'm not interested in love. That's when it comes and knocks you on your behind. Just saying. And you might be looking at them like, you're trying to seduce me. Don't try to tempt me. I'm not. No, skirt. But this person will have great admiration for you. And they have known since day one. When they meet you, they will have known. You might not know, but they know. Might take you a minute to wrap your brain around it, like, what is happening right now? And you will be romanced. Love will bloom. You will build a life together. And you're just going to fall in love. So for others of you, where you already have someone that you care about, you're already in a union, you're going to be falling in love all over again with your life. This just recently happened to me. So I love that this came out on your guys' message. My life has been so like, grind it out, hustle, go, be disciplined. Don't stay up too late, but I would try to stay up some, to watch some shows because I live dangerously. Just kidding. But I just didn't have time to slow down and let more love in. And now that I have that air, that room, I just look at my husband like, wow, he's so handsome. He's so amazing. He loves me so much. And now I have time to like appreciate it. And that's one of the main reasons I needed to leave my 9 to 5, because I was just like, I don't have time, babe. Like, I gotta do this. I gotta do that. And I was just in the chaos, the hamster wheel of the chaos. And now this new chapter is starting where I get to bask in the gratitude of that. And I'm so grateful. Whoever I'm speaking to, you are in a very grateful frequency. Magic is unfolding for you. Okay, magic is entering the chat. Magic, look, the sun. Thank you, Chloe. I love you guys too. Good news is on the way. So maybe some of you guys are moving. Let me know in the comments if you guys are in the middle of moving, or you really want to move and you don't even know where to start. I feel like a lot of people are moving this week that I know personally. So maybe that applies to you guys too. That you're seeing other people move, and maybe you keep hearing messages that you're going to move. I know I do, and I'm like, I'm not freaking moving. But they're just like going based off of like my birth chart, or like, zodiac message or reading. Some people could be telling you that you're moving and you're like, no. Maybe you have the desire to move, or maybe you're going to be moving in the next 6 months. That's what I'm hearing, 6 months. Oh, okay. Let me back it up. Confirmation. I'm getting another message. Someone here didn't plan on moving, but your family is going to be expanding. This one's preggers. And then we have the baby. Someone in here is going to be unexpectedly expanding their family, and that is going to cause you to be like, wait, hold up. This ain't baby proofed. We need a new situation, and you're just going to want more or more space. And I feel like that is, you'll have a lot of reason to celebrate. Pray 7, thank you. Yeah. I see you guys getting more pets. So rapid growth is here. There is a lot of evil eye on you, but I see that you guys are tuning it out. You are tuning it out. This is a different era in your life where you guys really have people in disbelief that they can't trigger you, they can't get you riled up. Maybe some people are really trying to antagonize you. They don't even have access to you. Just like these. They don't have access. Not everyone has access to the real deal. You are the real deal. What a time to be alive. So as you are reflecting on the past, as you are detaching from what no longer belongs in your life, there's some money that's going to be coming in. You planted a lot of seeds from this last season of working. You planted a lot of seeds with like all the nice things that you did for people. Sorry, my allergies. In yesterday's message, we talked about reaping and sowing. In this reaping and sowing season, you are getting things at the speed of light. So be very mindful of your thoughts. If you are upset, if you are projecting, if you are mad, whatever that is, because it's going to come in 10 times as fast. You are seeing karma sort out your ops, your enemies. So be mindful of the things that you're saying, because this is your season to receive. Now, receiving might make you uncomfortable. For those of you that were in Jadina's message, you could tell that like she was, oh my gosh, you guys, like stop, like wasn't used to receiving in that way. I always love watching somebody's first live stream. I love watching somebody's first live stream. The excitement off of that and them not really knowing what to expect or what's going to happen, and just seeing that just pure innocence and enthusiasm. And I love that. So you guys are receiving things, but it might make you uncomfortable. You know, the guy at the shop, he gave me one of these and I started bawling. You guys could be very emotional this week. You guys could be very emotional. Just so grateful that you have access, that you are rare, that God is watching over you, that there are some powerful strings being pulled for you. Affirm it below. There are some powerful strings being pulled for me. You are on the right track, 6 of Cups. I feel like you're looking at the past and the things that you were nostalgic of, like, oh, I wish that I could bring that back into my life. You are. You are going to bring that childlike wonderment back into your life. I love that. Okay. Let's see. Okay, let's do a question for you guys. I want you guys to think of a question that you need the answer to. Think of 2 questions. Okay, I'm going to pull cards and I'm not going to look at them. I'm going to pull them to the side. We'll put them, let me put this iPad right here. Okay, think of a question. Think of 2. I'm going to pull these to the side. Okay. Whoa, these are flying out of here. Okay, I'm not going to look. And then I need a different deck. This one. Okay. Question 2. Question 1. Oh, let me put these this way. Okay. Whoa. Oh, and then also while I was doing your guys' pre-poll after I channeled your message, they were flying. So what I did is I closed my eyes. I was like, I'm just going to let them fly wherever they're going. And it was craziness. All right, question number 1. Drum roll. Okay. Are you ready? Are your eyes closed? Question number 1. We have opportunity. You have been waiting for an opportunity. So let's see what your tarot cards are. We have the Cozy Witch. Take a chance, for each morning is a new beginning. So I'm getting, I know you're waiting, but there is an opportunity that you are about to align with. So look at every day as like, okay, this is a new day. I maybe didn't get it all right yesterday, but it's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. I'm going to get another chance. You are going to get another chance because you will align. It is a part of your destiny to align with this. We have the 3 of Pentacles. I told you there are powerful strings being pulled for you. You're going through this awakening, and powerful strings are being pulled for you to have this opportunity. All you have to do is be you, keep working on you, and it's not going to be much longer. It is not going to be much longer. Because there's things going on behind the scenes where people like, they want you to have this, they believe in you, whether it's a community backing you, a collective, friends, family, angels, ancestors, like you have protection, guidance, and authority on every timeline and in every dimension. So whatever your question was, stand on that. Okay? Stand on that. Question 2. I don't know if you can hear my little drum roll because the mic's over here, but question 2. Let's see. We have, if you believe. Question 2, if you believe, don't stop. Were you thinking about quitting? Don't you dare quit. We are doing things this week that make us really uncomfortable. So maybe you're doing the opposite of what your love language is. Say your love language is gift giving and acts of service. You're working on the other things. Like for me, it's hard for me to do like the words of affirmation. Could you believe? Can you believe that words of affirmation is actually hard for me to really say how I feel about somebody? So I'm not talking about like a collective. That's like easier for me to do. But when you're actually in front of someone and you're like, I love you because of this and because of that. And like, I'm Eminem in 8 Mile. I'm like, like I can't. I'm not, because I don't know if it's because I didn't have that in my household growing up at all. At all. There was no like, I love you. Like, no. I like raised myself from 6 to like almost 11 years old. They didn't have any supervision. So, and my parents divorced when I was little. I just didn't have that to like even feel like it was normal. So when I'm in a relationship, I'm not good at, like, I can write it down. I could say it in a text message, but being vulnerable and being like, I love you because, like, I know all the reasons why I love someone. But like saying it out loud, I can't do without crying. No, I cannot. No, I cannot. So whatever you are doing, if you believe, don't stop. You're doing the things that are making you feel uncomfortable for a reason. This is helping your growth substantially. I don't know if that's the word. A lot. Then we have 5 of Pentacles. Nothing is ever as hopeless as it seems. Do you feel like somebody recently disappointed you? Like they let you down? They left you out in the cold? We went through a lot of that this last year. I had a friend that was doing my hair, and she was not being a good friend like I thought she was. And it was really disappointing that when I had proof that she was like, I don't know if she was like on purpose sabotaging me, but I had proof that things were going awry. And I had to like remove myself from her. And because I just put up a couple boundaries, she lost her mind. Just because I put up one boundary, she was like, nope, don't want to be here. And she just showed me who she really was. I felt really disappointed by her. Like, wow, like I thought you were my friend. Like, what in the world? Hold on, guys. Then we have the Emperor. Okay, so you're going from feeling left out in the cold. You could have just recently had some money issues, a financial issue. Maybe you went through a bankruptcy. Maybe you just had to pay back child support. Maybe you have somebody wanting child support or your person's not paying it. Something is going on and you're like, why am I getting gypped? I shouldn't be the one getting gypped. Hold on. Okay, so you're going from that of, I feel like things are going wrong. I don't know why it's happening to me, to who's the boss. Affirm it below. Who's the boss? You are. You're the boss. Being the authority of your own life comes with a lot of responsibility. That's why you're having to put up these boundaries. That's why you're having to do certain things, because these people, that's why they're getting mad. That's why they're getting salty. You put up a boundary. You were prompted to do that. It's showing you, like, hey, I told them I wouldn't put up with this, and I meant it, and I stood on it, and then they disappeared. It is not easy to be the authority of your own life. Tara, thank you for your donation. But you are, yes, whoever said that, putting yourself first. We have safe haven. Whatever your question was for question 2, you are safe to move forward without these people. You know, before my spiritual awakening, I lost everything. Lost a job, lost a home, lost everything. And I felt like, what in the frick is gonna come of this? Like, why am I even freaking going through this? And it was so painful. But then I started becoming more spiritual. I started figuring out, like, what a narcissist is and, like, what they be doing and what they're up to, and trying to figure out, like, how to heal, how to be okay. And then not even maybe like 8 months later, my channel was born. This situation, question 2, is going to make you a boss. And it's going to make you an authority on the topic, on the issue, on the task at hand. So, like, don't worry. And if you believe that you can be this, if you desire it, yeah, it can be yours. Of course it will be yours. Don't stop. I love that. Okay. While I'm just like shuffling, if you guys want to ask me any questions, like I'll answer some questions. I've never done a Q&A before, but I didn't want to make my whole video a Q&A. I feel like I still got to slowly like introduce myself to that. But I'm going to grab another deck as I'm channeling messages for you guys. And I will answer questions if they are appropriate. If they are appropriate. Because, yeah, I've never done Q&A before. But I hope that you guys, the question 1 and 2, when we do those, I hope that that helps you guys. Okay. Is there anything else that the collective needs to know at this time? Wow, we have the Empress. Okay, I'm going to kind of cover her up a little bit because we're not trying to get in trouble by the YouTube overlords. We're just not right now. But we have the Empress. We have the Empress. Somebody's getting pregnant, I'm telling you. And also, for those of you that it's like, that's not happening to me, it's just going to be you having to get comfortable with receiving. I know it's hard. When we're so used to having to go out and get something ourselves, when we're the muscle, it's hard to be like, it's hard to, hold on, guys. It's so hard when you're the muscle, you've got to like do all of these things. It's hard to just sit and like receive. But that is what you guys are being taught to do. Okay, we have how long did it take you to accept love, and did you really have to love yourself first or learn how to love? Yes. The first thing I had to do was I was dating somebody and I thought I was like doing okay, but I didn't really like want good for myself yet. I was still kind of depressed and I was sabotaging myself. Then I went to jail. When I went to jail, I realized that I had been doing that. I wasn't really helping myself. The way that I had been living was just not good. It was not constructive. I had to start taking better care of myself. I promised God in jail that I would take better care of myself. And so my whole life changed after that. After my last stint in jail, I became a different person. And my husband will attest to that. Like, I don't know what happened to you. Because, like, we knew each other from before and we had been dating on and off. And he was like, I don't know what happened to you in there, but you are not the same. Like, you're a different person. Like, I needed that. I needed that spiritual timeout. I needed to be in there to see, like, okay, girl, what are you doing? What are you really, really doing? You know? So I had to learn how to start taking care of myself, really from the inside out, because I hadn't been doing that. I had been leaning on addiction. I had been just numbing myself and just getting by and not really dealing with the pain. So I was learning how to deal with pain. And yeah, so I really did have to do it that way. I don't feel like God would have, me personally, in my beliefs, I don't feel like God would have blessed me with that if I wasn't doing the work. I don't think God would let me have my soulmate. Like, what do you need that for? If you want to mess up your whole life, you go do that on that side of the street. I'll wait over here. That's how I feel like God talks to me. Yes, that timeout helped me find myself. How did you get so many subscribers? Break through the algorithms to get monetized? All content production. Did you get shout outs, collabs? That's a really good question. When I started on YouTube, I didn't know what I was doing. I was like, but I got a message. I channeled a message while I was working out one day, and it said, like, start a channel, start tarot. And I wasn't really that familiar with tarot, so I was like, wait, what? So I've been since I was a little kid. I'm like, I need confirmations. Like, so I prayed, and I was like, I don't really know. Like, God, is this your voice? Like, will you tell me, like, what is going on? I don't know what to do. And can you please give me a confirmation so I can, like, understand further? And I was watching a tarot reader at the time that isn't on YouTube or Instagram anymore. And she went live and she was giving out free readings. And her readings at the time were like $500. And I was so excited. And I was just like watching. And she was calling on people and she called on me randomly. And I was like, what? So as she called on me, I was like, hi. And she's like, I'm going to give you a free reading. And I was like, what? That was my confirmation. And so I told her at the end of the reading that she gave me, I'm supposed to start this, but I don't really know what to do. What should I do? And she's like, just practice. This is when they still had Instagram TV. And she's like, just practice on Instagram TV, even though like nobody's watching, like just practice. And I was like, okay. So I did that. 4 subscribers. I feel like my subscriber count has moved very slow. I've been on YouTube for 5 years. I was not monetized for the first year that I was on YouTube. I was grieving the loss of my uncle, who was like a brother to me. I had just lost 2 dogs. I had just like lost my home. I was moving through a lot of grief in the first year of being on YouTube, and I was not monetized, and I was working full time, my 9 to 5 full time. working multiple locations, working doubles. Um, and then my second year on YouTube is when I became monetized. I finally got to 1,000 subscribers. I finally got the, what is it called? All the watch time hours that you need. I know the rules are a little bit different now, but if you are scared to like get on social media, this is something I'm still learning to do, even though I've been doing it for a while. Is just have fun and just practice. I watched those influencers that they tell you how to like do your YouTube channel basically. And one of the guys that's really big on YouTube, he said, you need to pump out a bunch of videos. Get comfortable with your voice, get comfortable with the camera angles, get comfortable with like what you want to talk about and just practice, because then you'll know what you like and what you don't like, and you can also learn from the mistakes of others. So in the second year, I became more comfortable. I started doing live streams. I think towards the end of my second year, I started getting more comfortable. I was more consistent. I wasn't consistent my first year, so I feel like that's why my subscriber count moved real slow the first year. It took me a year to get to 1,000 subs. And then, yeah, I never really had any viral videos. Mine has just always stayed like consistent on YouTube. I've never had like any videos really blow up. I've had one video blow up. So if I have any recommendations is if you get a viral video and you are monetized, ride that until the wheels fall off. Now, I'm not saying like mess up your whole life working like an animal, but you can ride off the steam of that. You can ride off the steam of good views when you're monetized on social media, when you're monetized on YouTube. So basically, if you have a video, it does really well. It gets a lot of views. It's got a lot of watch time minutes, because that's how you get paid on YouTube. You get paid for people watching ads. You even get a portion of YouTube Premium. So even if some subscribers are on YouTube Premium, you will still get a cut of that. You also get a cut of your super chats. So when you guys are sending super chats and super fans and super messages, YouTube gets 30% of that. The creator gets the other 70%. That's why I also put like Cash App in my whatchamacallit, because that just helps. But it's just being consistent and disciplined. It is being consistent no matter what your consistent is. If you like filming twice a week, be consistent. If you like filming every day, be consistent. If it's just consistency will move your analytics drastically. So try not to either have backup content ready if you're going out of town, if you're moving, whatever it is. It's just being consistent, because the internet is like, the internet don't sleep. The internet does not sleep. Let's see. Let's see if you guys have any other questions. Did I get shout outs? I got a couple of shout outs. I don't know if they necessarily helped me. At that time that I was doing collaborations, I felt like people wanted to collab with me for the wrong reasons. And then when I wasn't like playing so nicey nice because they were being a little bit sketchy, then they like threw me out. Like, well, whatever, then I can't get what I want from you, so I'm just going to move on. But note this. Those people that did that to me, they're not really on here. A lot of the people that became competitive with me through like tarot specifically, that I thought were my friends, that I thought like we were good, it's just weird. I don't know if it's just the tarot community or if it's other communities as well, but I feel like people get really competitive on here, and then you can't really have friends because then they're just, I don't know, it's rare. It is a rare thing to have other influencer friends, especially in the tarot community. It is hard for that relationship to stay consistent through a long period of time. So that's why I'm like grateful for Anita Serene. We're not like besties or anything, but like she's cordial with me and nice to me on social media. She knows my content. I'm grateful for that. And I love her content and I look up to her. But yeah, I didn't get shout outs. Not really. No. What happened with you and the Draconic Priestess? I don't know. Did something happen? Like, yes, Anita is a gem. What I know about Draconic Priestess is, and I don't talk about other creators by name unless I'm speaking positively about them. Personally, I don't have any issues with her. If she has issues with me, then they're issues that I don't know about or that I'm not aware of. She was an A1 day one of mine for a very long time, and I think she was even on my Patreon at one point. So then I felt like, okay, like we're good. I feel like we're good, but if we're not good, then I didn't know about that. How do you tap into clear audio? I'm not sure. Oh, I'm so sorry for your loss, Grace. But yeah, what will happen on YouTube, what I've noticed is for I think YouTube first asked that question. What I've noticed is you'll have somebody that is like supporting you and they rock with your content, they like you for other creators, and then something happens. There's like a rift. I don't know if it's spiritual, da-dun-da-da. And I noticed that like devil energy gets involved, and then they want to think that like you're attacking them when you're not attacking them, and the vibes just get weird. It's like, why? I don't know if wires get crossed, and then instead of them asking you like, hey, are you good? Like, are we good? Instead of them asking you, they don't ask you, and then they just go about their business, and then your relationship gets wonky, and you don't know if they're channeling messages and they're pointing them at you and like projecting, or if they're like still your friend. But you can feel the energy, and if you feel uncomfortable around other creators, it's not for no reason. It's because they're sending you some type of weird energy, and that's very unfortunate and sad. And I've had so many people that I've been like, oh my gosh, I love them. They like been supportive of my channel, and then like there's some weird raggedy beef I don't even freaking know about. So I just ignore it. Yeah, Tara, you know, you've been on my Patreon, and Tara used to be a moderator for me. So she's seen the stalkers I've had. She's seen a lot of stuff on my channel go crazy. She's been with me from the very beginning. And she's also been a member of my Patreon. Yeah, it's weird. People will pay to troll you. So you guys can have um, people that really don't like you, but they'll pay top dollar to be your op. They'll pay top dollar to be your enemy, and that's just okay. Like, I've had people try to propose to me on Cash App. My husband's laughing in the background. I've had people try to propose to me on Cash App. They're like, I'm sending you this. Marry me, marry me, marry me. And I'm like, then I've had people try to insult me through Cash App, like, you're this and you're that, sends $50. You're this and you're that, sends another $20. You're this and you're that, sends another $5. Just to like make their point. And I'm like, you got to pay to troll me. Know that. Know that. Yeah, that is weird. If you could choose two things as important to you mentally, emotionally, spiritually, physically, which one would you choose and why? Um, what would I choose? I don't know how to answer that. I would choose just love. I would choose love. If that makes sense, I would choose love, and that's something that I'm working on is love first, not like having to be I get into my masculine energy really quick, and I'm learning to be softer. It takes more work to be softer if I really think about it. So I'm working on being softer. Babe, can you close that door? So oh, thank you, Natasha. I appreciate that. I listen to Draconic Priestess faithfully, and I've only heard her speak highly of you. That's how I found you. Thank you. Okay, that makes me feel better. I'm like, is there a beef that I don't know about? That would make me really sad. Because like once you get busier on YouTube, like you're taking clients, you are running other businesses. A lot of content creators, they work 9 to 5s, they work other jobs. So like sometimes you guys just like outgrow each other, or you just have busy lives. So even though we're like, hey, on social media, we might not be able to say hi all the time. That doesn't mean that like we're beefing or like anything's wrong. But I have had it go the other way where it's like more obvious that they like don't f's with me anymore. I had one friend on YouTube where I would send her gifts, I would send her candles, I would send her things, and then she just like fell off the face of the earth, and then she came back onto YouTube, and now she doesn't even talk to me anymore. And I'm like, I thought we were friends. Like, I got really sad. Like, I don't like friendship breakups. They make me sad, and I'm glad. Thank you to those of you that support Draconic Priestess's channel that are like telling me, because I'm like, I don't want any problems. I don't want any smoke. I don't have any problems with her, and I'd like to keep it that way. I don't want any beef in these streets. So yeah, it's hard to have friends out here though, definitely, because you never know who really wants to be your friend, or if it's for the right reason. And I just love that for Draconic Priestess, like, she went from being a part of like different communities, and even mine, and supporting my channel, to having her own. And I want that for each and every one of you. Like, has her own social media, like, has her own channel, does well. Like, that is amazing. Like, that goes to show that there is room for everybody. For everyone. It doesn't matter that there's 30 million channels on YouTube. There is still room for you. When she entered the chat, it was heavily saturated. When I entered the chat a couple years before her, it was heavily saturated. But we're paving our own way. We're paving our own way. It's happening, you guys. I love that. But yeah, some people just get really, I think people just get really, really busy, and they don't get to say like hi all the time, or get to be in their live chat, or get to be in their comments like that. And then sometimes I feel like as a content creator, you don't want to take attention away. That's something that I've learned. I'm like, oh, I don't want to like make it about me and go over there and like cause a commotion. I want them to like get their flowers. So that's how I kind of look at it. Like, sometimes I'll be watching a live stream. It depends on if I'm familiar with them, if I'll like speak a lot, because I don't want to, I just got to like feel the vibes. I don't want to take attention away from the creator and be disruptive to the chat. Bo says, do you ever look up your life path angel number? I think I did when I first became a part of the spiritual community. I did that, and I forgot what mine meant, so I need to like look it up again. Are you leaving, babe?
Yes.
Love you. What time is it? Oh, okay. I got time. I know the effort it takes, so I look up to you for that. Thank you, Jessica. Have you had to permanently cut people off? Do you still try to? Hold on, guys. Give me 1 second. I don't want to... Oh, okay. I got my husband these Joker socks. I don't know if you guys can see my Joker tattoo, but I love you. I'll see you soon. I got my husband these Joker socks. Like, we're big fans of the Joker. We have softball tonight, and we have a new season of softball starting tonight. And so he was showing me, like, I'm wearing the Joker socks that you got me, and I'm like, oh, so cute. Have you ever had to permanently cut people off? Do you still try sometimes with people from the past that you aren't 100%? I feel God calls me to sometimes. You experience that. Yes, I just experienced that. I've had to cut people off permanently, like my family. I cut them off 6.5 years ago, right the day I got married, basically. I had a bad feeling the week before my wedding that my family was not going to be my family anymore. And I told my husband, well, he was my fiance at the time, but I told him, hey, I have a bad feeling that, like, my family isn't going to be my family anymore. And he's like, what? And he's like, well, let me know. Like, I hope that's not the case, because leading up to the wedding, they had been showing him one side. And he was like, wow, I got in-laws that like me. I'm so excited. They're awesome. And I was like, they're love bombing you, but okay. And I just loved seeing him happy. Like, he was so happy that they were nice to him. Where we live, there are a lot of Mormons. I grew up Mormon. I also grew up Southern Baptist. And it's just, we're used to, even me being growing up LDS, I was still always like the lone wolf. And then he was used to being an athlete, playing sports. Like, he grew up Catholic and he's Italian. So when he came out here where we live, he was like, oh my gosh, it's all about politics out here. It's the Mormon kids get everything and I just get the crappy end of the stick. And I was like, I am Mormon and I still get the crappy end of the stick. So yeah, I had to cut my family off, and I've kept it that way. In fact, I feel like I've even cut off more, but I did have a feeling to stay in contact with my stepdad, but I keep it to a minimum. We don't have long conversations anymore. I'm not going to be like, choose me or them. He's married to my mom. God speed. And I have a lot of siblings, and I've had to kind of like cut communication off with all of them because I can't trust them to like tell them things without them repeating and them all gossiping about me. So it's very unfortunate, but I did have a feeling that it's hard on my stepdad because he was the one person that was excited at my wedding. So what I do is when I feel inclined to text him like, hey, I love you, happy birthday, Merry Christmas, whatever it is, I'll do that and I'll text him. But with most people that I cut off, it's done. My block list is longer than my friends list because people try to play too much. And I've even had friends that have like, I've cut off, because I cut off a lot of people after my wedding. People really showed me who they were. I get shown who people are at funerals and weddings. I need you to show me who you are so I can move accordingly. So when they show me, I know what to do now. Everybody that I thought was going to be there for me on the one happy day of my freaking life, after all the sadness, after all the crap that I have gone through in my life, they couldn't be happy for one day. That's how I looked at it. They couldn't support me through it, and they couldn't be happy for me. So toodles. Toodles. Like, we're good. Yeah, when the high school that we went to, because me and my husband, we went to the same high school, but we didn't date in high school. He was the most popular kid in my school, which is like dang near impossible to do if you're not Mormon. Okay, so he did that, and it was like there was like 4,000 kids at our school. The athletics department, whether you played football, basketball, baseball, was very competitive. The LDS community, they have all the money to put their kids where they want to put their kids. So he had to like get it up out of the mud. I have so much respect for my husband. He has taught me how to stand up for myself, he just taught me a lot. And I know a lot of you guys know that. But yeah, when I cut people off, it's crazy. My husband's a little bit more forgiving than I am with like, oh, maybe. I listen to my intuition. If my intuition says, let's reconcile, then let's do that. But most of the time it says, no, they're going to do that again. Are you going to give them the opportunity? I realize that some of my people that I've cut off through friendships came from jealousy. And that breaks my heart. Like, I had a friend, she had a child and it didn't go good with her baby daddy. And then she feels like my husband's really good with kids. So she just started getting really weird. And I was like, skirt. I'm not the one. And I'm not scared to go to jail. I've been there a time or 5. I'll go again. Back it up. Okay? Because I'm a whole lunatic. Like, we are Harley Quinn and the Joker every day of the week. And so I'm so happy he's wearing his Joker socks. They're so cute. So cute. Thank you, James. Your readings really helped me get through a bad relationship. Thank you. Oh, you're welcome. I appreciate your consistency. Thank you. Okay, are there any other questions before I do this unboxing? You grew up LDS. You feel like you are done. It's hard to cut people off. Um, I had to grieve the loss of them. It's hard to grieve the loss of people that are still here. You're like, really? But if you guys are having to do that, you're the generational curse breaker in your family. You're the generational curse breaker in your own family. You're in Salt Lake. It's rough out here. That's where I went to school. That's where I went to college, is out there. I went to UVSC when it was UVSC. I think it's UVU now. Thank you, Tara. You pop up right when I need you. Okay, are there any other questions I'm missing? Divine says, oh my gosh, you grew up Mormon? Yeah, yeah. How long did you suffer an addiction? Recovering addict, alcoholic myself. This is a really good question. Okay, so I suffered an addiction for 13 years. Um, I had like an opiate dependency, and I did pretty much anything under the sun. Like, I liked uppers, I liked downers, I liked drinking a lot. I just liked numbing myself. And what made me mad about my addiction is I saw my dad that way, and I thought, I'm never gonna be like that. I'm never like, cause he left me by myself from like 7 to 11. Like, he was kind of around when I was like a little, but then he like disappeared. So, and he was always out partying, and I thought, I'm never gonna be like that. I'm never gonna be like that. And then you go through heartbreak, and you go through things, and then you're like, I don't know how to cope with all these feelings. So then you start like trying to mask it. And so I had to get off of all the things that I was on one by one. I was not able to get off all of them all at one time. I really had to know in my heart that I was done. Like, you will know when you're done with stuff. Okay, you will know when you're done. Because when you're done, that's when you have the strength to say, all right, enough. I'm good now. So yeah, thank you for that question. If you feel like you're ready to get sober, if you feel like that's the time, don't do it for anybody else. I tried that so many times to get sober for other people, and I just couldn't do it. And it took me going to jail and realizing, well, if I keep relapsing, this is where I'm going to stay. Is this where I want to hang out? Or do I actually value my life? So, Ashley says, you get shout outs that you might not be aware of. That's how I found you. Oh, that makes me so grateful. Thank you. How can you tell your thoughts from Spirit giving you downloads? Oh no, you're good. Don't be sorry for asking. That's a good question. I feel like I write things down, or I'm like thinking about things, and then I'll ask for confirmation, and then I'm like, okay, that's like Spirit confirming, like, okay, yes, you should talk about this, or yes, you should do that. Like today, for instance, I had this feeling I should go live. And I was like, oh, should I? I mean, I guess I can. So I was like, okay, I'm going to get ready. I'll start doing my makeup, and then I'll go get an energy drink. And while I was doing that, Jadina went live, her first live. And I was like, okay, Spirit wants me to see this. And that is my confirmation to go live. So for me, I'm always kind of like, you know, thank you so much for your donation. Am I doing the right thing by leaving him? We are both sober, and I left the church, and now I have to stay with my parents. Yeah, I had to stay with my parents at the beginning of my sobriety, and I think that's one of the reasons it was hard for me to be sober. There was a very toxic environment for me. Very toxic. So, if your path called you to walk away from your children, could you do it? No. No. No, I could not. Anything else I'm forgetting? Girl, I understand you even more that you had to cut off your own family. My ex grew up Mormon, and I can't even imagine the feeling. Yeah, it's hard. It's very judgmental, that community, and I wanted to be a part of it because when I was a child and I felt really lost and I felt really alone, I felt like, oh, this makes me feel good. I get to be spiritual. I would like read scriptures, and I would like play with my dolls, and I would listen to like scripture tapes, and it made me feel closer to God. So then when I was with my mom and my stepdad and able to go to church and I wanted to be there, it's like they didn't want me there, and that really broke my heart. So I was like, you know what? I don't need this to be close to God. I can do what I did before, where I talk to God every day through prayer. I pray a lot. I talk to God like I'm talking on the phone, and my angels and ancestors. So, yeah. Yes, you can have a karmic family and a soul family. Oh my gosh, I got the Three of Pentacles again. You have people that want to work with you. Okay, I'm going to do an unboxing. You've been sober for 4 years. Congratulations. Okay, I'm going to do an unboxing for you guys live. I'll do this one. Okay. And so I have a case right here behind me. I don't know if you guys can kind of see it, and it's also in yesterday's video that I like put their little outfits on, and it's like I love getting to be a kid. That's like all I want. It's like all I want is to like be a kid. And I feel like when you're in love too, or you have somebody that like you're in a union with, my theory is like they see the inner child in you and you see the inner child in them, and they want that inner child to be happy. Like when my inner child is thriving, my husband is like, look at her, she's a little baby. And then when his inner child is thriving, I'm like, yes. I'm like, that, I love that. I love that. I love that. Happy birthday. Happy birthday, Shelly. So, yeah, getting to be a big kid, I'm like, this is awesome. Okay, so I have, these are what they look like. I have Baba and Cece, I think. Shoot. No, I have QQ. I don't even know if I'm saying that right. Baba and Cece. I have, wait, where did they go? This one is QQ. But she kind of looks like a little gremlin right now because she's got this little outfit on. And after I do this, I'm going to pull like a couple more cards for you guys just to get like a message for those of you guys that need direction right now. So I'm going to pull out some cards for those of you that just need a little bit more direction. And then I'm going to pull out one last collective message after I do this. Okay, so I think I would like Dada or ZZ, the purple one. I like to believe that my dad is watching over me. I'm not exactly sure because there's so many times where I feel like he wasn't there for me, but I like to work on forgiveness and believe that he's watching over me. But anyways, okay, unboxing. Gonna tap on the box. Gonna pull the red tab. So it should be red. It should pull all the way across. It should have the QR code that is silver. That for authenticity. I'm working on not looking in the box. I get so excited. I'm like, oh! But I'm like, oh, I can't do that because then the card will tell me what's up. Okay. It should also, if it's really from Pop Mart, it should have one of those freshness bags on the inside of the box. We have this. Yeah, everybody make a guess. You're guessing ZZ? Yeah, I think that's a purple one. I'd really like the purple one or Dada, but okay. Oh my gosh, this thing is hard to open. Okay, I'm not looking. I'm not looking. I'm ready. Oh my gosh, shut the front door. Shut the front door. Look. Oh my gosh, I wanted this one because I got a fake one. And it was cute. But it was dark, dark purple. And I was like, oh, I wonder what the real one looks like. I have a Lafufu. It's on my dresser. And this one is a Labubu. Wow. Okay, let's look at the, okay, so it should have this. It should have this if it's real. because there's a lot of lafufus out there. People are making money hand over fist with these lafufus. I'm just saying. And then even the lafufus have one of these, but they are not as thick. Clock it, besties. Clock it. Especially if you're buying these for your children. We cannot be getting bamboozled out here. Just saying. I got ZZ. I'm so excited. So how I knew I got lafufu was the face was like crooked. The smile was like up here. I was like, what? So that is really cute. Oh my gosh. I also got a Coca-Cola one, but I haven't opened it yet. Maybe I'll save that for another video for you guys. I'm like terrified to open it. But I'll show you guys the box. I got this one, and I'm like, I saw it on ESO's channel, and I was like, wow, that looks so cool. And I thought there were more of them. I didn't know there were only like 2. I got this as like a, I bought some Labubus as like a going away, like a, I'm proud of you, Brittany, for leaving your 9 to 5. You did it. Now go buy some kid stuff. Like go buy some toys for yourself. And so this is what I got for myself. I haven't opened all of them yet. But yeah, I'll open this one maybe on another video for you guys. That way I can share it with you because you guys care and I love you guys so much and I'm so excited. Okay, let's get a message. Oh, I also got a car seat. Don't judge me, guys. Don't judge me. I got a scooter. It was $8, y'all. $8. So I got a scooter and those little Labubu car seats that you can put on your AC vent. It was not a lot. I don't know. Don't. Okay? It's adorable. Because sometimes I feel bad that I have to leave some of them in the case. Like, sorry, guys, you can't all fit on my bag. But then I can, like, put a cute little outfit. Yes, YouTubers, $8.99. I can put them in their little car seat and they can still come with me because I'm in the car a lot. A lot. And then they can just sit there. These car seats are cute. They're really cute. Like, if I could make, like, Labubu apparel, that would be fun. That would be fun. I have one that's in the case that I put a little glow-in-the-dark pumpkin on, and it has a little, like, Disney ears, and it glows in the dark. I just can't get over how cheap their outfits are. I'm like, sign me up. I've gotten all of mine on Amazon, all of my outfits for them, except for one. There's one outfit, which was the pumpkin glow-in-the-dark one. It was the Halloween costume. I got it on Etsy, and I was like, okay, I'm going to splurge a little bit, but that was like my gift to myself for leaving my job of 8 years because I'm very stubborn. And then I put these in a little like case. Dang it, I wish I had it out here. But I'm going to get a message for those of you guys that are feeling lost. I'm going to try to tap into your energy, Holy Spirit. Anything out of the light or the divine plan is no longer welcome here. I must leave immediately. Calling upon my angels, my ancestors only of the highest white light, and Archangel Michael as I calibrate to the energy of the collective. No weapons formed against me shall prosper. Amen. Okay, for those of you that are feeling lost, this is this message. And then we'll get some more for the last collective message. We have the 7 of Swords. Do you feel like your actions are really as selfless as you think? And we have the 3 of Swords. It is okay to cry. It is okay to cry when people let you down. It is okay to cry when people disappoint you. Like, you know what? They broke my heart. I'm mad. Millie, thank you. Woot woot. I like that little emoji. That's cute. It is okay to cry. So somebody here got their heart broken or somebody stole something from you. Somebody could have put you in a third party something. And you might be thinking of like taking a baseball bat to their car. I'm hearing bust the windows out your car. Well, this is your advice, okay? So if you are feeling like this, like I'm tired of these people stealing from me, getting away with everything, you are divinely being led and protected to know that family is whoever makes you feel the most safe and the most comfortable. So this is one thing about my family that I cut off. I never felt safe around them. I never felt protected. So therefore, when I got into relationships and I thought I was safe, I didn't really know what that was. Didn't really know what that was. Now that I'm with my soulmate now, like now I know why it never worked out with all of these people is because I was not safe. They were not actually ever going to protect me from anything or have my back or be loyal. And that is big. So you are going to be learning why it did not work out with these people because you were not actually safe. So if something's going awry, are they going to move you out of harm's way? Or are they going to throw you into the line of fire? I had exes that would do this. I had one ex that was jumped at a bar and he didn't care that I was like in there brawling with him. He was like, all right, yeah, fight for me. No, my husband would never let me do that. Never. And a girl tried to fight me at the grocery store like 2 weeks ago. She was like checking out my husband and her friend, they were wasted at the grocery store. And she was like yelling, like being all animated. And I was like, and my husband was like, those days are behind us. And I'm like, mm-hmm. So somebody else might be like, yeah, fight for me, fight for me. No, the person's drunk. Like, stop. A real one is going to be like, no, you're good. We're better than that. The people that you're supposed to be around right now are going to actually protect you and keep you safe. You are not going to be worried when you're in a bad environment. Something that I've had to reflect on, like some trauma from my past relationships, is one of my exes that I was with for a while that I thought was my soulmate until like I got older and now I know better. He would give me extra party favors because I was always like the go big or go home type. He would always give me extra party favors so that way I would be like passed out, blacked out, not paying attention, fully inebriated so he could flirt and mess with my friends at parties and get-togethers. That is something I've had to like reflect on and work through because it's not something that I was really like aware of, and I need to, I'm going to work through that betrayal because that's very mean to do to somebody. That goes to show that he never kept me safe. There were always people jumping him. He was always getting into fights. He was always doing all of these things. But though, like, I finally was a part of a family, he was the first Italian I dated. And now I'm married to an Italian. But anyways, it's besides the point. I felt like they made me feel a part of their family. We ran a business together. We ate together. We lived together. We partied together. We did everything together. But with him, he would try to get me over the edge so then I wouldn't know what was going on over here. That is a different type of evil. And we even reconciled like a couple years later and he still would not admit the truth to me. And I walked out on him. I finally left on my own recognizance and said, you know what? You can keep your lies. Thought we were going to move on and build a new bridge, but you want to be the same old, and I ain't got time for that. I'm going to leave you where I found you. Okay? I'm going to leave you where the frick I found you. How about that? And he didn't want me to leave because I was supporting him financially. He had me move to another state and was like, oh, I'm sober now. I'm doing so much better. Boopity boop. And I was like, okay, awesome. I'm trying to get sober too. No, come to find out, he's full-blown heroin addict. He was lying. He had no job. He said he was doing tattoos. He wasn't doing tattoos. I had to get 3 jobs. 3 to support bills and addictions. Do you know what I mean? And I was like, dude, what? And so I left him there thinking, I'm not gonna unalive this way. This is not the life I'm supposed to be leading. So that's why I say, like, I always got off things like one thing at a time. But yeah, it's just scary that these people act like they have your back and they don't even know what that is. They're just so selfish. We have the magician. You have everything you need to do anything you want. Do not let devil energy confuse you. Don't even compare yourself to others. You have everything that you need to do anything that you want. That's awesome. Let me see if I can get another message from that. Is there anything else that the collective needs to know? But yeah, I never felt, I didn't know that then. I just thought, wow, that's sad. Like, I'm like sleeping with the enemy right now. I don't really know. Like, that's terrible to do to someone. Like, you're supposed to take care of me when I'm inebriated, not do that on purpose so I can not see what you're up to. Because he was sleeping with two of my friends. So, just terrible, terrible, terrible. Ace of Cups. This is the season where you pour into you. You are unstoppable. Every time I cut somebody off, break up with somebody, well, I don't do breakups anymore, but because I'm married now. But you know what I mean? Every time I cut somebody off, I glow up. Every time. Every time. So if you just had to leave somebody behind and you're thinking, should I go? Should I say? How do they make you feel about yourself? How do you feel about yourself when you're around them? Do you feel good about yourself? Do you feel comfortable? Do you feel safe? Do you feel protected? Do you feel beautiful? Do you feel like you can be yourself? Or do you feel like they make fun of you and they put you down and they just make you feel bad? You're entering a season where you just do you. Like, anytime my ex was mad, he'd be like, oh, your face is so stupid. You're ugly. You have a fat nose. Like, just horrible things he would say to me. So I never felt valued or pretty around him, even though I should have. I felt insecure, and then he was doing all of these things behind my back. How do you feel when you're around these people? Do you feel like you have to be someone bolder? Do you feel like you have to be somebody braver? Because I'm telling you, every time you guys cut off people that they really don't serve your highest good, you can finally feel a little bit lighter and glow up even more. And you deserve that glow up. You deserve it. You are getting a new beginning. You are getting a new beginning. Wow. 5 of Wands. They're competitive with you. This is another thing. My ex was very competitive with me. So maybe the people that you're cutting off are competitive with you. Like, people always told me, like, you should model. But, like, I didn't like modeling, even though I had tried it. And my ex was trying to be a model. He wanted to be a model. And I was like, dude, do that. I support you. But it didn't matter what it was. He was just always competitive. And whenever me and him got into an argument, it was always me against his whole family. So he would turn his whole family against me. And so it wouldn't just be between me and him. It would be me, his sister, his mom, his dad, and then me trying to defend myself, trying to explain myself. And no. People that care about you, they want you to see clearly. They want you to be awake. People that don't care about you, they just want to make you feel less than, or like they can just all talk about you. These people, they really broke down my spirit, his family. And when I walked away from them, it was so empowering because I had to walk away from all of them. They were all in my face. You're not going to leave him. We're taking your dog. Da-da-da-da-da. I'm like, give me my dog and back up. Because I'm not going to be an addict anymore. And if you think that I'm going to stay an addict to be with your son, you have the wrong effing one. You are waking up. So I grabbed my dog. I didn't even have all my stuff yet. When I was just trying to tell him, like, it's not going to work. I've got to go back home. I've got to get out of here. You're not going to change. He literally ran and told his parents, and then they were all in my face. Mom was in my face. Sister was in my face. The dad was in my face. And I was like, dude, I'm not going back a whole 5 years that we were together and doing this again with you. So I sat outside crying far down the street, waiting to get picked up because I was leaving the state so I could, like, not be in harm's way. And they were throwing all of my stuff into the street. That's what they like to do. I remember the first time we broke up when we were together originally, his mom threw out every Mother's Day gift I ever got her into the street. And I've always been like an orphan and adopted other families as my own. And I was just like, wow, you guys are awful. So sometimes you need to be far removed from something to wake up and see these people are losers. Because guess what? Every ex that I have that treated me like a loser, that treated me like I was less than, I wasn't worthy of being married or being committed to or whatever the heck, they've all tried to come back. Okay? While I've been engaged and while I've been married, each and every one of them thinks that they're entitled to my sobriety, to my glow up, to my inner work. Each and every one of them, even the ones I didn't date that long. All of them that treated me like I was shit on their shoe, they've tried to come back. They've either tried to come back, or they've tried to fight my husband, or they've tried to show up at his job, show up at my job. They don't know who they're talking to. Know that. But they found out. One of my exes that never made me feel worthy of being his girlfriend, he showed up at softball one night to sub for another team and saw that I was watching my husband's game and was like trying to get my attention. Then even though he lived cities further out, he got a whole team together, would drive an hour just to see me once a week, trying to get my attention. But treated me like I'm this ultimate villain, that I should stay in jail, that something's wrong with me. He never let me like explain myself. He just always made me feel like you're an addict and like you don't have your life together, so like we can't be boyfriend and girlfriend. And I'm like, whatever. You know what I mean? Then I had one guy that I dated for like 2 months. He drugged me at a party. He put Molly in my rum and Coke. He did a lot of terrible things to me. I was in a very dark place when I dated him. It's actually how I ran into my husband, because when I was getting the bandages for like burning my leg, I think I told you guys this story. We were at a block party. I had a cocktail dress on. I didn't know that there was Molly in my rum and Coke, and I backed up into a propane heat bulb. I got second-degree burns on the back of my leg. They are bad. And that's how I met my husband. Like, even though we had gone to school together, we hadn't seen each other in a long time. And he was a manager of the grocery store that I was at. And it's crazy that the universe conspired all of these years later, and now we're married. But anyways, that boyfriend, after, like, I had been long gone. I'd been gone for a while. He just finds out I'm with somebody new and that I'm sober. And he shows up at my husband's job trying to fight him. And he was like, you can't find another girl. You dated her for like 2 months. If you want to find out what a real man does, I get off at 7. Then, 2 days later, I saw his mom and sister leaving the grocery store, and they were like, Brittany, Brittany, and I'm like turning left, and they're going straight, and they're like, how are you? I'm like, I'm good. I'm actually engaged, so you should tell your son to stop showing up at his job. People are crazy. Do I have any other stories about that? People just showing up. It's just crazy, you guys. People want to treat you like you're nothing, and then you wake up to your full potential. You are waking up to your full potential. And people are like, where are you going, girl? Where are you going, boy? Away. I'm going places. My husband will always be like, babe, where are you going? I'm like, places. Places. But I just do it to be a smart ass. Okay, let's get one last collective message for you guys and see what is going on. Let's see. Let me read this message. I have been tucked away. Everything goes on, but I have been more protected. You are amazing. Sharing so much. It takes so much to do it and handle it. Oh, thank you. Thank you guys for listening. I just felt called to tell you guys that for whoever is going through this breakup or this divorce, this 3 of Swords, just know that you are not that far away from, it might feel uncomfortable right now, telling them no, shutting them down, walking away. It might feel very uncomfortable, but it is for your highest good, and you are going to be so grateful that you did it, even though it's hard to see right now. I remember when I was leaving them behind, I was like, wow, what am I doing? Like, I'm going to be alone. Nobody cares about me. Maybe I should just, settle for like just being around them. And I was like, no, 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 girl, no. We can't do that anymore. Oops, let me not drop this. Okay, last collective message. Holy Spirit. Okay, Eight of Pentacles and the Magician. Wow, we kept getting the Magician for you guys. It's because you're planting new seeds. What you got cooking, bestie? What you got cooking in the kitchen? Because I'm hearing made in the sun. You're about to have it made in the shade? Made in the sun? I don't know the saying. Do what makes you feel uncomfortable. I feel like you're just going to go with it. So as you get these nudges to, hey, I have a feeling I should go do this. Like today I had the feeling with the live stream. I was like, oh, I don't know. But I hadn't done it in a while. And I'm like, I should just do it and get to hang out with you guys. And then I got the confirmation. I was like, got it. Doing it. We have Queen of Wands. Replace your self-doubt with self-confidence. Now, I know this is easier said than done. I know this is easier said than done. But this is something that you're working on. Okay, this is something that you're working on. This last year, I went through a lot of like different things with my confidence, and I had come to the realization I was putting way too much stress and pressure on myself to be everything for everyone in my family. Okay, my mother-in-law, God rest her soul, she passed away a couple of years ago, and she was like the woman in my family, because my family is like my in-law family. And when she left, I was like, now I gotta do this stuff like Christmas, Thanksgiving. I didn't know what I was doing, and I'm like, so I forgot why I was saying that. So yeah, basically this last year, I just put a lot of pressure on myself to be everything for that. Like, if my brother-in-law needed something, if my father-in-law needed something, if he needed me to take him to a doctor's appointment, if my brother-in-law needed a babysitter, if my husband needed something, and then I was just always putting myself last. I think that finally took a toll on me. And then I was telling you guys about taxes. Like, I paid my first year of business taxes. Y'all, that almost freaking took me out. That alone almost hospitalized my ass. I was like, I owe what? To who? And then it wasn't even that. It wasn't even the fact that I was paying my first year of business taxes. I was paying my first year of that and paying the year before. So I was paying 2 years in 1 year. Like, I had to pay 2023, right? Yeah, last year was 2024. So I was paying 2023 taxes and my first quarterly 2024 taxes all in 1 year. And I thought, I'm not going to make it. I'm not going to make it. Y'all, I'm just not. Who can pay their first year of quarterlies and pay the year before? I don't think I can do that. I don't think I can do that. So whatever you were putting on your plate, it's off of your plate now. It is off of your plate now. Because now I'm just like, they'll get it when they get it. Even my CPA was like, girl, you cannot be stressing out like this. Like, you just pay them when you pay them. She's like, I want you to pay your doctor's bills. I want you to worry about you. And then pay them later. Like, maybe pause. Like, she's like, girl, you're used to getting penalized anyways. And that's better than putting it on a credit card. You know what I mean? So I was like, okay, yeah, I'm going to pay my doctor's bills. So like this year I did it different. This year I pumped the brakes on my first and second quarter. And I was like, I'll make up for it in the third quarter. I'm just going to chill. I cannot put that type of pressure like I did myself. Like, you guys, I worked an insane amount of hours last year to try to pay 2024 and 2023 all in 1 year. Because my old CPA made it seem like I had to do that. And I didn't. It was a lot. So somebody needs to hear, you're just not about to be putting that type of pressure on yourself. You are just not. because at the time I was trying to um pay down debt. I was trying to make sure that I could go to holistic doctors while, not having insurance. Like it was just a lot going on. And I just think my body was just like, okay, girl. I know. You guys, taxes suck. They suck so bad. I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh my gosh, like they're so awesome. No, no, it's so much. All right, I said it. I said it out loud. It's a lot. Because not only do you have to everybody's getting a cut. And it's just, by the time you get it, it's like 50%. Okay, the YouTube overlords, they get their cut. And then the you-know-whos, they get their cut. Then you go to get something at the grocery store, they get their cut. It's just over and over and over again. I was full on adulting this last year. And I thought I was an adult. But I wasn't oh, I'm running my own LLC adult. And then I started doing that and I was like, what? What? This is why private businesses or, small businesses are getting the freaking thunder. I can't. So what you're going to work on right now is curiosity and self-love. Okay, so you are going to work on replacing self-doubt with self-confidence, being more confident in yourself, taking it one day at a time. You're also going to work on being more curious. So if any of you guys are also going through that, where you're trying to get a business off the ground and you're trying to, pay your first year of quarterly taxes, take your time. Especially if you live in the States, take your time. I wish somebody would have told me that, because the interest rates on being penalized is a lot less than you think. It's not that bad. It's way less than a credit card. Okay, so say if you were like, oh, I should put this on a credit card, and the interest rates are 25%, 30%, 39%. The interest rates on paying your taxes and paying it late is I think 8%. It's not that bad. It's not that bad. And they give you time. They always give you that. They give you time before they collect. So if you know that you just need the time, just, I'm not telling everybody to not pay their quarterlies. That's not what I'm saying. Especially if you think that you make a decent amount of money. I wouldn't say not to do that, because I've heard that some people can get them audited. So don't do that if you feel like that's going to happen. Only do that if you feel like that's what you need to do. That's what I had to do this year, just to breathe, because last year had me. You're welcome, guys. Okay, we have 3 of Wands. Put yourself out there and you'll be rewarded one way or another. So this is your last. This is your last message. Put yourself out there and you'll be rewarded. So this is what you're doing. I love that for you guys. So whatever pressure that you guys have been putting on yourselves, you're just done. You're done putting so much pressure. Last year, at the beginning of last year, I had a CPA and she was so rude. I had a bad feeling from the start. She made it seem like I had a mountain of things to pay, and it actually wasn't that bad. But then she doubled it. Yeah, give me your 2023, give me your 2024, give it all to me now. And I'm like, girl, what? What rabbit out of a hat? Where do you want me to pull that out from? So I made a payment arrangement for 2024, and then I was paying my first year of quarterlies, but she never told me that I could pay less than what she had wrote down. And so I thought I had to get this full amount, and It was just a lot. So it's just always better to slow down, because when you don't, a lot of bad things can happen, and then it's just like a domino effect. So right now you're going to be working on putting yourself out there and being rewarded for doing the things that make you feel uncomfortable. Love this. He said taxes are a foreign language to me right now. Yeah, I'm grateful I keep my books in order, because it made taxes this year so much easier. I am not going through what I went through last year. I was like, I got my books in order, business account in order, and that's why I tell like all influencers, all content creators, don't mess about with that, okay? My content creators and influencers with LLCs, pay your dootity dues. Okay? Yeah, because you got this. You just take it one day at a time. Everything's going to be fine. They give you plenty of time to pay. Because my husband had to pay some taxes this year that he doesn't normally have to pay. And he was like, what the frick kind of bill is this? I was like, calm down. They're going to give you plenty of time to pay. Plenty. Don't even stress about it. And he was like, okay. I'm like, it's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. So yeah, sometimes we go through things so we can help other people. Okay, so we can help other people see that it's not going to be that bad, and we can help other people not go through that amount of pain if we can help it. Okay, I love you guys so much. Don't forget to smash the you-know-what. Hit the bell, you guys don't want to miss out. All important links are in the description box. I'm sorry there's, like, if you're watching the replay, there's so much crying in the beginning, but I just, for some reason, my spirit team really wanted me to go live today, and so that's what we just had to do. So yeah, I look forward to speaking to you guys in the comments. Don't forget to drop your favorite affirmation if you claim this message. Don't forget to hype up the video if you feel called. And I look forward to speaking to you guys. So bye. Love you. Oh, and thank you guys for your donations. May you guys receive that back times 10. I always say the longest goodbyes. All right, now I'm getting out of here.